California inmates on death row are getting a break from the governor.
That's right. Today he declared a moratorium on the death penalty. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with details. Dave?
We reported last night the governor is going to do this. He did it, and now the debate is on. Governor Gavin Newsom has effectively shut down the death penalty for the length of his administration, even going so far as packing up the death penalty equipment and carting it away. But the governor's actions could fire up the death penalty debate again in the state, and many of those who may be leading the attack are family members of murder victims whose convicted killers are still on death row.
To me, this is the right thing to do.
Even as Governor Gavin Newsom was making headlines Wednesday by issuing an executive order shutting down the death penalty in California for 4 years or more, there were very different reactions from some Californians whose loved ones died at the hands of death row criminals. Like Phyllis Loya, whose son Larry Lasseter, a Pittsburgh, California police officer, was shot and killed in cold blood while trying to make an arrest in April 2005. 14 years later, she still wears his photo proudly.
I feel like he's spitting on my son's grave.
At his news conference, Newsom said he was thinking about the victims of death row criminals when he signed the order putting a moratorium on the death penalty in California.
I did this with a heavy heart, with deep appreciation for the emotions that drives this issue, and I did it with the victims in mind.
In his remarks, Newsom said he couldn't sleep at night because he said he doesn't believe we have the right to kill. Phyllis Loya had this reaction.
My reaction to him saying I couldn't sleep at night if there was an execution, I don't sleep at night anyway. Last night after hearing this news, I got 2.5 hours sleep. I haven't had a good night's sleep since my son was murdered in 2005. So if the governor wants to meet me some night at 2 o'clock in the morning, have him give me a call. I'll be up on a sleepless night.
But Governor Newsom wasn't wasting any time in shutting down the death penalty apparatus.
And we are, as I speak, shutting down, removing the equipment in the death chamber at San Quentin.
That having been said, the California electorate has been pretty evenly divided on death penalty issues lately. But by narrow margins in recent years, a ballot proposition to abolish the death penalty failed in 2016, and a ballot proposition to speed up the death penalty execution process was approved. But in an interview last September, candidate Newsom vowed to carry out the voters' wishes, even though he said he personally has strong reservations about the death penalty.
My position has always been, if ever I was in a position to actually be accountable, I would be accountable to the will of the voters. And I would not get my personal opinions in the way of the public's right to make a determination of where they want to take us as it relates to the death penalty.
Now, certainly not all families who have lost a loved one to a criminal who's now on death row support the death penalty. Governor Newsom said one mother with whom he spoke about the death penalty issue told him point blank, "You have no right to take another life in the name of my daughter who was murdered." Sharon, this is a tough issue, always has been.
Indeed.
Yeah.